Hello and welcome to the AllMadeUp podcast with me, Harry Stakini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
Each week, a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before. Think of it as a storytelling adventure.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
It's all made up.
How do you like that? Do you like that little combo that we've started
I think
doing?
that's terrific. That is like...
Terrific.
Yeah.
So it's taken me and Lewis seven episodes to learn the words. Or something.
Yeah, well, I think since listening back to the episodes that we've done, the intro has been different each time. A few words here and there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. That's been everyone, hasn't it? So.
Oh, yeah. Well, the guest we got today, shit. It's not even...
Nobody was available.
No, they're not shit, actually.
Say it to his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to see the size of the guest. He's big lad.
He did have a
Lewis,
single seat.
why don't you tell people, whoever's watching and listening, who the guest is today?
So the guest for today is my longtime friend, Andy Robinson. We've known each other since we was about 10 years old. I first met him playing football with him. I joined his team. I'll let him tell you what that interaction was like when we first met, because I think he'll have an interesting story about that. But yeah, I met him at footy, went to school with him, went to college with him before he dropped out. Didn't get on with education, Andy. Was more of a, I don't know, how would you put it? Like being on tools, like getting his hands dirty, that sort of thing. Didn't take well to authority. I think he'll agree.
Right,
But now he is working on a steel yard, moves a bit of steel about, bends girders and all that with his bare hands, and
Real man.
Yeah.
Finally, I get one on here.
and a musician. We used to be in a rock band called Outlaw Rebellion, but now he flies solo and tours up and down Lee and surrounding areas. He did our mate's wedding last week. He did a great job there. Kieran Mullery's wedding. But yeah, all-round great guy, funny. And I think that's what's good about this podcast is that people who can tell good stories and who are just funny, people who just get on with, I feel like I'll have a really good time on here, and I'm excited for him to arrive.
Yeah, I've met Andy before, right? And he's a big fella.
Yeah.
And I said to Lewis afterwards, I was like, he's just like a proper bloke.
Okay, right, yeah. Well.
You know what I mean? Like,
and also, obviously, the story that I told on James Allen's podcast about Wedge, the guy with the the guy.
Is it him?
Gives it
But no, the guy whose bottle he sucked off was Andy's. So Andy was the recipient of Wedge's bottle lid removal.
bottle fellatio.
Yeah, so we'll talk to him about that as well, because I'm sure he'll remember it.
He's still got it at home.
Yeah. I'll never forget his face when he did it. It was
His
so
first
good.
blowjob.
Yeah, it was so good. But yeah, excited to have him on. Has
good.
anything been happening with you two guys since the last week? Or
I moved out. This weekend. So obviously I was doing a lot of lifting, 3 floors. I don't know if you're watching or listening to this, but if you've ever seen me, I don't look like I handle 3 floors of lifting furniture very well. At one point, I did suggest to my girlfriend that we do it over a couple of days.
well, this podcast studio is on the 4th floor of a mill, so
yeah. I was like, there's a lift in the studio. I don't know we've not got a lift there.
People say that moving is like one of the most stressful things you can do. And I've moved a few times, and I've never found it overly stressful. It's just a long day.
Yeah, and things you just think, oh, do I need that? Yeah, of course I do need my school report from year 3.
Just looking at Melissa going, do I need that?
Just save me a thought. Do we need a 2-bed? Yeah. Actually, yeah, we do.
Ben, you said that 6 times today.
Not saying it to Melissa do I need her?
Yeah.
No. So I can't organise anything. So I definitely was told, like, put that there. All right, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm a sheep. I'm not in the moving scenario.
Have you got any nerves about living together?
No, not at all. No,
No.
not at all. I've basically lived with her for like 12 months. So
Yeah.
no, absolutely not. No. I'm sure in a couple of weeks' time you might be like, yeah, you were right, yeah.
Yeah. Ben's moved into the studio.
That Chesterfield's so much easier than going home.
The one thing that I sleeping on your own in a bed is like so nice. And I think as soon as you are then living with someone, that idea of you've got to like share bed space again.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd want my own bed.
Yeah. I don't like anyone touching me in bed. You know, like when I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
I hate people like going near me. I don't know why. I was like, try to sleep. Like,
I sleep on couch majority of the time.
yeah.
Yeah. I just like, because Clem doesn't like falling asleep to stuff like noise, like stuff on TV or anything like that. Whereas I've always had like the TV on or a bit of music But thing what's convenient is that she can listen to a podcast right next to her ear, but me breathing is loud. You know what I mean? How's that fair?
You are a loud breather, though.
I'm not that loud.
I've slept next to you one time. And you were just in the middle of the bed, right on your back.
She was listening to AllMadeUp as well, wasn't she? So you can hear your own voice.
You know what? I fell asleep to the podcast the other day. Obviously we've got Liam Pickford's coming out. It'll be out by now because I was listening to that one, and nice fit nod off to. So if you haven't tried it, try it. See how it feels.
Do you know what's I showed someone a clip that's of Liam's episode, and they said to me, "You had an American guy on."
Nathan said that. He went, "Where's he from?" I went, "Oh, he's from Attersley."
Yeah.
You listen to the pod, you'll find out.
You misplaced English. Fuck. It was good.
I loved recording that episode. I think that's the most I've laughed. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was.
Certain things catch you.
It was great. Really great.
Yeah. I've had a couple of people say about you as well. Who've listened to the pod. They've actually said the words, "When you catch Lewis, you know it." When you start laughing, people are like, "Well, you know something's funny," when Lewis laughs. It's true. I was watching it back and I'd be like, when Lewis loses it, that's when it's something really funny. Yeah. What's in the back seats? That's going to go down in history.
The back seats.
That's going to be on your gravestone, I reckon.
Yeah.
I think it's a question we just ask. He's not in a car. Yeah, that's not the point.
He's in space.
Why he's on the back seats?
You went to Arctic Monkeys this week as well?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was really good. Honestly,
my mates went as well. They went on, I think it was Friday, and they said it wasn't great just because of the amount of piss what was being thrown.
Oh yeah.
They said there was so much piss being thrown that it just spoilt the night.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it would though. You know what I mean?
That could be a prompt.
Yeah,
there was so much piss it spoiled the night.
I didn't want to go to the toilet. You know what I mean?
You were saying if you are going to do that, just pour it on the floor. But people were throwing it, and they were saying it was just going all over everywhere.
Do you think it's like a new phenomenon that? Because do you think people have got prostate problems?
I reckon.
Because years ago, you wouldn't dream of throwing piss at a concert, would you?
I think people think, that this is what I can do.
Yeah,
like it's part
safety
of
numbers,
it.
Isn't it? You're like hiding in the crowd.
And
so,
last person I saw live before we move on to the actual pod is Diana Ross with Harry when we went to the Cambridge Club Festival. We went watching Diana Ross.
She's dead now, isn't she?
No, she's not dead.
No,
Who's dead? Tina Turner's dead.
Yeah. Different woman.
All Motown, is it?
But it was very good, Diana Ross. It was. I feel like you were going to say what she did at the end of the gig.
Oh no! But you can say that.
All right. Okay. Well, it's funny, right? Okay. We're dancing around. Okay. And he had an absolute belter, right? Okay. I'd done a gig and had like a fun time, but he got the biggest round of laughter I heard that day.
It was so niche. It was so niche.
But it was
so
the timing of it.
It was like obviously big crowd, Diana Ross. So it was full of like the demographic was like an older demographic, and we sort of made friends with these. Women from Essex.
Like proper, like covered in leopard print in there.
Yeah, proper Essex. Nice. Anyway, we started. I think one of them snuck a bottle of vodka in through her knickers. Yeah, and she was like very proud of that fact. Anyway, we started getting mates with. Anyway, we're dancing away. Diana Ross is on stage, absolutely killing it. And then there was a woman in front who offered me a Tic Tac, and obviously I went, "Did she just shake her Tic Tacs at me?"
Mate, 40,000 people laughed.
It erupted. It doesn't seem like it would be that funny, but in that moment,
it was.
Diana Ross sort of looked at me, give me a knowing wink from stage. Like,
there was, from where we were, at least 2 people either side of the people that were immediately to us heard and laughed.
Yeah.
Like, I was
amazing.
It was a great little nugget.
Yeah. And I feel like I didn't even do it justice in the way that I explained it. I felt like there were more layers, more depth. But it really was a great...
Just like Harry's last show, you're stealing the show.
Yeah. We'll not bring that up just yet. Maybe a few pods down the line, it's still raw. Anyway, this is All Made Up with Andy Robinson. Hope you enjoy.
It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
I went to a thing called Secret Cinema. I've told you about this, I think.
Yeah.
Basically, you pay to go and watch the film, but on the set of the film. Right. And the first one I went to, they do them in London all the time, was Back to the Future. And you went to they built the town. So you're given a character, you dress up and everything, and you go in, and then they reenact the film while it's on. So there's it's almost like stepping into a world, and there's little side missions you can do before watching the film. But you know the scene when he's holding onto the back of the car, and then the car pulls into the manure and it all falls on him. They reenacted that while you were watching it on this massive cinema screen with everyone sat around you dressed as if you are living in the town. And it's proper good laugh.
I can imagine,
But it's like £8 for a burger. So
that was your takeaway from it.
It's one of them. I was like, this is great, but I'll tell you what, it's expensive in the 1950s.
I only ordered one, pal.
Yeah.
My dad does that all the time. He's like, these Manchester prices. I'm like, don't come there. You don't have to go.
So obviously, this is Andy Robinson. We've known each other for a long time, but we differ on when we actually met. What's your first memory of me?
You turning up to football training.
See,
I didn't know you. A few lads knew who you were though, didn't they? And he just run onto his field in Anderson.
Yeah.
Just, did this trick where he pretended to kick the ball at me, but stopped it, stood on it and span round. And then just oofed it and just said something like "ole" or something like that. And I was like,
"Smoke that, mate."
Yeah, you smacked him.
He's this little prick. But I think it was about 10.
Yeah, it was after I just left United.
That's in your imagination.
He says it every week, every week on the podcast.
I said it every podcast.
Yeah. We did one about the future, and he's like, "Well, in the past, I played at United."
I can't wait when we do the podcast in the January transfer window, and you just keep mentioning it.
He's like, "I am available at the minute."
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember it, mate. I'm not being funny. Bolton, I remember Bolton.
Bolton was after. So before we first met, it was United.
Was it?
United, and then
Is that where we signed you from?
Yeah, it was a loan transfer at first, and then you thought.
And then it just lasted
years.
10 years.
Yeah.
You know, like some teams and the parents are managers and they get special treatment, don't they?
Yeah.
Mine was sort of complete opposite.
Really?
Complete opposite. I made he'd go mad when if I bad first touch or whatever, I'm coming off.
Really?
Oh yeah, that bad. Yeah. People.
2 minutes in the first.
Yeah. I'd fuck up and I'd be like, right, I'm coming off here. And then all of a sudden I'd hear, ref.
Wow, I can
and I didn't even have to shout my name. I knew it was for me.
Walking off.
How about when we went on that footy tournament? What happened on first day?
Like I said, I played left full back sometimes, and we was on this tournament away. I thought, I don't want to play left full back. You're going left full back, so shit. You don't even play. You either play there or you don't play. 5 minutes into the game, I got skinned. I told you I didn't want to play left full back, and I think I called him a twat.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Right.
So, ref, sub, that'll be for me again. Come off. Went sick. Yeah, you're going home.
Now,
you're going home.
You walk.
How am I getting home, Dad?
I'm saying
How am I getting home, Dad? I'm putting you on fucking train. Yeah, I was only 12. You're putting you on train, yeah. So
you changed it to Preston.
So I'm like 12, like cocky as I'm going. Fine, fine. Send me home on train.
Just your studs on the platform.
That was time to get changed.
All mum and dads were like, you can't send him home on train. He's only 12. There's not even we don't even know if there's a train station.
He's not even got a rail card. That's so funny.
Yeah,
Andy, my dad was exactly the same when I play football. But if I ever went to go sit in the front of the car after a bad game, he'd be like, no. And I remember running down the wing one time. I've said this fucking loads. And I remember my dad saying, don't run too fast, Harry. You might actually catch up with the ball. Right? Yeah. Parents of the opposition laughing as I'm just like, fucking hell. And I told him, I said, shut the fuck up 1 week. And he didn't speak to me for 3 weeks, only when I was playing football. And then I was like, you've not said anything. He said, well, you told me shut the fuck up 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was like, that's petty. But, you know.
How old were you when you told your dad he was being petty? Was you were about 6?
Yeah, about 13. The thing was, like, as a manager of mine came up to me, he held me back off the football and was like,
what What, from your dad?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking do him.
Genuinely, right?
Hold me back.
When I would play, my dad was very vocal on the side, and he was very, very good at football. He played for like Manchester schoolboys, and that was very good. And I was never going to be as good as him. So it was just one of them. But I got held back after training one time by my football manager. He said, "I don't like the way your dad talks to you." Essentially, so I get back from training. My dad was like, "I was training, H." I said, yeah, it was all right. I said, Frank had a few words to say. And my dad referred to Frank as Frank the Wank. Right, that was, and he went, all right, go on then, tell me. So I told him, I said, basically, he doesn't like the way you talk to me. Yeah. And I remember we had a game the next day, and I can remember my dad being like, I've raised 4 fucking kids, right? You never tell me how to speak to my children. And I was on the bench for the year. And my dad would be like, he's doing that to get to me. That's why you don't start, right? There's no other left-footed player that can play on the wing, and you should be playing. And I'm just like, I'll just stand and watch, Dad, it's fine.
A couple of weeks ago on James Allen's podcast, I was telling the story of Wedge on Lilford Park.
Yeah.
So... tell me your version of events of what happened. Paint the picture of what it was. We were all there after school for some sort of like. It was just like a piss up, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did it a couple of times.
Yeah.
In summer. So anyway, like he's just going from like group to group. You're all studying like different groups. He's just going round and he just like said, my name's Wedge. Like, we're all going. All right, sound like. Fuck off. Yeah. So I've got some bottles of beer. We had a shopping trolley as a barbecue, if you remember that.
Yeah.
It was cooking like. Nothing on it really. We were trying.
They're cheap to run them. Only £1.
And then I said, "Has anyone got a bottle opener? Because I've been trying on this trolley and it weren't having it like." And he went, I'll sort you out, pal. Come here. So I had this bottle of beer and he had no teeth, maybe 1 or 2.
I remember it so clearly.
And he just like put it in his mouth and he was just like sucking noises and all sorts. I'm just staring at him thinking.
I'm not drinking that.
He gave it me back and I just went, you can have that one, pal, if you want. So he was there a while when he...
And then obviously...
So anyway, so he's gone. Well, we're all like, thank fuck for that. What a freak. He cannot do anything weirder than what he's just done. Yeah. Next thing, he comes galloping on. Well... Wedgie's back. So we all started, we're all had a drink then, so like, and then then like the horse was just there. He weren't actually on the horse, was he? And he would just carrying on, trying to open beers for people. And then
so he wasn't on the horse. He was next to the horse.
He didn't like tie it around a tree, and
it was just that the horse was there.
The horse just stayed still. The horse was probably thinking, I worked in this field 20 minutes.
Yeah.
A loyal horse.
Yeah.
Go on.
When he decides to depart, he gets back on the horse. The horse sort of like fucking starts galloping. Yeah. He's like going across this field. We're all just stop what we're doing. We're all just watching him. This horse bucks him off. He goes fucking flying, doesn't he? Honestly, bang, hits floor with some impact as well.
Some force, yeah.
We're all like, shit, he's dead.
Wedge is dead.
But he stayed down for a bit, then he gets up, gets back on the horse and just like trots away. Like we're all going, what the fuck is this?
Lost his last tooth. Shit.
But something else you said about an horse on your last one.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't on the way to yours, it was on the way home from yours.
Right,
when I've been drinking with your dad and your uncle till God knows what time it was, and I'm walking home.
How old are you, Ian?
12.
It was your
about 18. Yeah. So we were 18, and Andy had been round mine, and he'd been drinking with my dad and my uncle Sean.
Right.
And,
everyone else went up Lee.
Yeah, everyone else went out for a night out. He stayed with me dad and my uncle Sean. And
to be fair though, I've not met your uncle Sean, but his dad's good company, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, we made a band and everything.
Oh, right.
We had bongo, drums, guitars. We had something else.
Yeah.
We made a blues song.
Yeah.
It lasted about 25 minutes.
If we ever do a live show, I'd like you to open the show. That band. 25 minutes of that would be perfect.
That was a super group.
Yeah.
It was rough, and I was like, I have to walk home. I had no money on me. Well, I had about 20 quid, but I thought it's got to last me because I was going out that afternoon for a few beers. So I thought 20 quid here. So I was walking. I walked past the shop, and all I heard was, "Hey lad, oi!" I turned round, and this bloke. It weren't Wedge, but it was another bloke with an horse. I'm thinking,
was it a different horse? Yeah.
Different horse. Yeah.
Okay, right.
This was like a greyish colour.
Imagine if the horse went, good to see you again, Andy. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Do you want to buy an horse? I went, and I don't know why. I don't know why I said this, but I went, very much.
The lead man in you just couldn't help it. It's just like...
How much for that? How much for a horse? 20 quid.
Fuck off.
And I had 20 quid on me, and I thought, I need to get home.
You're right.
I'm thinking, I could get a taxi. I could walk. I could save this money for my day out. Or I could fucking buy an horse.
Yeah. Flip
and
it.
sell it.
Yeah.
Get home on it. Sell it.
To wedge.
He ain't got any money there, I don't think.
Going rates for an horse, but
That's mad.
it's more than 20 quid, innit?
I feel like if someone was going to offer me a horse for 20 quid, I'd be wanting to have like an MOT certificate on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Checking its hoofs and that.
Bloody hell, every time.
That's mad.
I reckon it's time to get into it.
Yeah,
Can we
yeah.
get to it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon
Come
we
on.
get into it.
It's all made up, baby.
First things first, we need a name for this character. So what sort of name are we thinking?
Tyler.
Tyler, right. Okay, Tyler. And does Tyler have a last name?
Yeah.
What is it?
Ruth.
Tyler Ruth.
Tyler.
Okay, and how old is Tyler?
35.
35.
Okay.
Whereabouts is he from?
Yeah.
Cadishead.
Cadishead. I used to work in Cadishead.
Cadishead, so Warrington sort of way.
Yeah, it's it's right on the edge of Salford, like right on the edge of Salford. You're touching Glaisbury.
Right, okay.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, don't get confused between postcodes.
It borders with Earlham as well.
You know a lot about Cadishead?
It is an odd place. Like there was
Good butchers there, though.
There's good butchers.
yeah.
Does Tyler go to the butchers?
Yeah, of course it does.
What does he get from butchers? Bacon, butters,
Bacon,
it more
sausage, steaks,
meat pack.
salmon, packs of mince.
Packs of mince, yeah. And
And
he
al-
proper butchers.
He always goes there, does he,
Yeah,
Tyler?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay, right. And what's Tyler do for a job?
He's a bricklayer.
He's a bricklayer.
bricklayer.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
a bricklayer.
I like this. So he's a bricklayer, right? And how long's he been laying bricks?
He left school early to
Right.
go and work with his dad.
How early?
So he
8,
left school-
9?
Yeah.
He left in
I just
the
love the
third
tools, though.
year.
He left in the third year?
9, yeah.
Year 9.
Let's say third year of high school.
Yeah.
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 Third year of high school.
Yeah.
he-
Let's say, whoo.
They went, look, you can pick your options. He went, I'm leaving.
yeah.
That's not an option. It fucking is.
You don't tell me what to do, love.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm your mum.
Right, okay, so he's a bricklayer. Was he trouble in school or not?
Not really. He just did silly things. He was obsessed with bricklaying.
He was obsessed with
Yeah, he was obsessed.
Natural born bricklayer.
What, so we were like bricklaying at... What's his dad's name?
Keith.
Keith.
Yeah.
Right, Keith Ruth.
Yeah.
And is this set like modern day, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
noughties, right?
Oh, what a time to be alive.
It was.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so he leaves school, aged what, if you're 9, 13, 14?
Yeah.
14.
And is he going working on site with his dad, or is he thinking, I'm setting up my own bricklaying business?
No, he's going with his dad.
He's going with his dad?
Yeah.
Right.
He's doing foreigners at first because
Yeah.
I've not got a CSS card.
Right, okay.
That is so specific, and I like it. I ain't got a clue what that
Somebody
is.
will listen and go, yeah. You couldn't do it without that, yeah.
The amount of tradesmen that are going to be tuned into this week is going to be absolutely unreal.
I won't be surprised if we don't get a sponsorship off this.
Yeah.
Right,
Just
so-
hang on one sec. Shout out to Screwfix.
Oh, on the tools.
Right, so it's dad and lad. Onto it. Does his mum live at home with him or not?
Yeah, she does.
Right, okay, and he's 35 and still living at home.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so he's never left.
Forgot you were 35.
No, but we'll roll with it. Right, so
Yeah.
he's 35, still living at home
Yeah.
with
He's
his mum.
He's built a house in his own bedroom.
That's
Yeah.
what he's done. So he lives with his mum, who is called.
Ruth.
So she's called Ruth.
She's called Doreen.
Doreen.
Yeah.
So we've got, and did she take obviously Keith's last name? So she's Doreen Ruth. Or are they married or just living together?
No, they're married.
No, they're married. So it's Doreen Ruth.
Doreen Ruth. Keith Ruth.
And is
Keith Ruth.
That's a bad name. That.
I love it, yeah.
are there any other people that live in this house with him? Has he got any siblings?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait
He's got an
to
older brother.
An older brother?
Yeah.
Right, and what's his name?
Matt.
Matt
Ruth.
Ruth.
Matt Ruth.
That's the normal name.
So
Yeah,
he's got
Matt.
older brother called Matt, and how old's Matt if he's still living at home as well?
Matt's 44.
Okay, dokie. So, and what does Matt do? Is he a bricklayer as well?
He doesn't work.
He doesn't work.
Don't work.
Just sponges or
He's been on job seekers since he left school.
any ambition?
No.
Don't sound like
Just
it, mate.
like-
Yeah, I'll be honest, it doesn't sound like it.
No,
I've
just
got
like-
something working in the background. Yeah.
Does he get resented for that or not? Or yeah.
Especially by his dad.
Does Tyler ever want to leave home?
No, he wants to. They live in a semi
Right.
with a bit of land at back and at the side. He basically wants to extend for his mum and dad when they get older.
Right. So he's going to move his mum and
They're
dad.
moving the extension. He gets the house.
That's mad.
Right. So
Matt.
he wants to build them
Yeah,
a home.
but he wants Matt out. He wants him gone.
Right. So he's not happy about Matt living there.
No,
Right. Okay. Does Tyler have a relationship?
he's got an on and off fling.
Who with?
The site cleaner.
Site cleaner.
Yeah, she comes in, does the toilets and that, and
So we met her on site.
he
did
met
we?
her on site. Yeah,
What's her name?
Rosie.
Rosie.
nice.
Right. Okay. So we met Rosie on site, and how old she?
Nobody knows. She could be anywhere between 21 and 42.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
okay.
So she,
So she either looks like a terrible 21-year-old, right?
Yeah,
Or a
She could be any age.
41-year-old.
what did you say there?
I said she either looks like a terrible 21-year-old or a fantastic 41-year-old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's
But she's got a good heart.
she's got a good eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's good with a mop.
Great with the mop.
Yeah.
Right. And Tyler's into her.
Loves her.
Loves her. Does she know that?
No, because she's not English.
No, she's not English.
Have
Right.
they had any type of romance?
He knows when she's coming on shift. He knows when she's cleaning the men's toilets.
Right.
He always goes in. Oh, hi Rosie. You know, I didn't think you'd be here.
And she don't speak a
And
word
she
of
loves-
English.
No, but she likes it. And
Oh.
she doesn't know what he's saying, but she thinks Tyler's here.
Yeah, it's weeing.
Put some mop down.
Yeah.
Takes her marigolds off. And just waits.
Just look at
Sometimes.
look at him sat down. Bloody hell, yeah.
Right, so I reckon we pick our first line out just to sort of get this story on the road.
100%.
So if you pick at random one of them green sentences, and where there's a blank, put the word Tyler in. Put the name Tyler in.
Tyler Ruth would always pretend that he enjoyed coffee.
Okay. And then we're also gonna find the finishing line. So if you pick up the red one, and we'll figure out what the final sentence of today's gonna be.
I just want to go home.
Right, okay. So he pretends that he likes coffee.
Yeah.
So he works on a builder's site, doesn't he? And obviously
Yeah.
you're having brews a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means he's obviously accepting brews, but he's got to pretend that he likes them when people are offering.
Yeah.
So we've got to figure out why he's pretending.
What type of character is Tyler on the building site?
He's a bit of a Billy bullshitter. He's good at his job, but
Right.
he lies a lot.
Especially about coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So started.
Yeah.
All right, okay, Billy bullshitter.
Does he carpool with his dad?
Yeah.
Right, and what car are they driving? Or is it a van?
They've got a Volkswagen Crafter
Yeah.
van.
Okay, nice.
Right, okay. So they're coming together. Do they have is it just a two-man team, dad and lad business?
Yeah.
Or right. I'm thinking, is there anyone on site who Tyler doesn't get along with?
Another bricklayer.
Right, so there's a bricklayer on site who Tyler doesn't get along with. Who is it?
It's called Jimmy.
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 That's
Right.
It's called Jimmy.
And is Jimmy the same age?
Roundabout, yeah.
How good is Tyler at laying bricks?
He's pretty good. He's
Yeah,
pretty
well, I
good.
mean, he started
in a young age, hasn't
He
he?
started young, hasn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
he stopped school for do it, so you'd think...
And he was doing it in school. That's
Yeah.
what I remember. So
Yeah, he's constantly in at playtime,
Yeah.
building walls.
get in.
Stop separating the classroom.
I like the idea of him getting poached, someone trying to poach him for his skills.
Yeah. So maybe
It was Lego. Lego started him.
Lego started him.
It was Lego, and he got more and more obsessed with Lego, and he thought, I want to go bigger.
yeah. As he got bigger,
stickle
the bricks
and
got
things
smaller.
like
Yeah.
that, and then
Yeah. If you was imagining building sites as like football, like what's the next most impressive sort of building thing you can do?
like I said, people with a bit of money and they get they privately ask you to come and build them.
Right,
big
okay.
extensions and things like that.
Right, okay. I like the idea of someone being like I said, like seeing his work and being like, I like you, come and build this for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously that's going to cause some tension between him and his dad.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just sort of prime away, just so we get a bit of juice flowing in this story. Yeah. I think there's got to be a reason which takes him away from his dad, which is Keith Ruth.
Right, okay. So he's building houses, like the interactions he's having with Rose and things like that. He's seeing her every day.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I like the idea of who was the nemesis again? What was his name?
Jimmy.
I like the idea of Jimmy also
Trying it on
with Rosie. Has that happened in the past, or
There has been instances where
He's been having a wee in there.
where
they've both been weeing at the same time, and Rosie's been in there waiting?
but Jimmy's a bit of a prick.
Is
Right.
it?
So when they're in the toilets, he'll go in the cubicle.
Right.
Right. And
Just
just...
shit.
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
You know what I
Thinking
mean?
it out.
Trying to, you know, like, if he's got I'm shitting.
Yeah. Kill the mood. Like, trying to kill the mood.
Makes a mess as well.
Yeah.
So Rosie's got to stop what she's doing
Yeah.
to sort Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Because that's how you lure a woman in. You know what I mean? You're a horrendous shit. And eventually
Yeah.
she goes, God, he's great, this guy.
Well, it worked for me.
Yeah.
So basically, Jimmy's trying to spoil. Like, if he can't have her, then nobody can.
Yeah,
Certainly not Tyler Ruth.
And does that make Tyler mad though? It must make him mad because obviously he
He's fuming.
probably wants to have a relationship with this woman eventually.
Yeah, he's fuming.
So
So that's what caused the
That caused a rift.
it caused his tension with the job as well. You know, because he just laid some fresh bricks there, a bit wet. Just gives him a nudge.
Yeah.
Takes his string line away.
Right.
Build straight
Whatever
away.
that
You know,
is.
things like it's tit for tat.
Yeah.
Every day. And obviously, Tyler likes Rosie.
Right.
So Tyler likes showing Rosie, "Now look at my wall.
Think of the life we could build together.
Look at my wall." Yeah. And
Right,
then he's like, "Come on, I've got to show you this wall."
Yeah.
She's just going,
yeah,
"Okay." She's not even Spanish, but she's And then when he gets, it's around this corner, takes her around this corner, just to show a wall.
yeah.
And it's all bricks missing, bit wonky.
Yeah.
She's like, "This is shit."
Obviously, he's getting annoyed. Does he confront Jimmy then? Does
He doesn't know it's Jimmy.
He doesn't know it's Jimmy. He doesn't know it's Jimmy. And I like the idea of Tyler. Obviously, he's building this building this extra sort of like area at his house for his mum and dad to eventually move into. And maybe he's trying to get Rosie into that house with him and get his brother out. You know what I mean? In his head, I think that's his motive.
He's clearly got... He wants to advance his life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, I mean, you're at 35. You're a shit hot bricklayer,
Yeah. Living at home.
living at home.
Yeah,
And you think, do you know what? I'm not moving out, but I'm going to make them move out. That's some balls, that.
I've never lived anywhere else, whereas they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
It is a great point. And I reckon what we do is just throw a curveball in there now, just for add a bit of spice to the story. So pick one of the orange ones up. We'll try and incorporate this into the story.
Diana Ross appeared out of nowhere.
Fantastic.
Speaking about Diana,
Yeah.
Right.
right, okay.
So this is something we'll just incorporate for the next few minutes or so.
Well, like I said before, I mentioned that someone was looking to get some like a world class sort of bricklayer involved in their own sort of work. So maybe someone was looking, and maybe that person was someone who works for Diana Ross. You know what I mean?
I think it would be Diana Ross herself.
Yeah.
Diana Ross.
Herself.
She's in Cadishead.
Yeah.
She's looking to buy a house at
She's
Burgess
still-
on
she's still
Salford,
alive?
just right near Warrington, but also borders onto
Glazebury.
Glazebury, yeah.
She wants.
She's still alive. We went and saw her last year.
She's very much alive and kicking.
You said that like you know her. Yeah, she's very much alive.
She's great.
Right, so Diana's been looking for a plot of land in Cadishead, and she's been looking around, and she's seen that there's a building site, and she spotted Tyler. She's gone up to Tyler and said,
She said, "I've heard about you. I've heard you're a good one." Don't know why she's talking like this.
she's trying to blend in on
I've heard
site.
you're a good one. I've heard you go to that butcher's, bird whistles.
Yeah.
Is it any good? Because if it is, I'm going to move round here. And if I move round here, I want you to build me this house. And he said, "Yeah, I'll go on then.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it. But don't tell me dad."
Oh.
Right.
Because he's a massive fan.
No, I think this could be like the last bit of money he needs. Maybe this last bit of build a big house. Maybe he needs this last bit of money just to build the extension. And
I imagine what price is he getting off Diana? What she said?
It's a big one. It's a big house. So,
3 bed, 4 bed,
Oh, it's like 6 or 7 bed.
6 or 7 bed,
It's got it all.
and it's just for her.
Just for her.
And it's got 6 flights of stairs. She really struggles to move around in it, but she's just
excessive for no reason.
Yeah.
It's got a spiral case that goes into another staircase that goes to an escalator.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking. And how much is he getting paid for it then? What's the price?
Well, with labour, materials, I think something around. Well, it's a £2 million house.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So
You sound like you were quoted as a job then.
Yeah. And what if she says, look, if I pay you in cash, could you do anything?
yeah, cash, just cash in hand.
Yeah, cash in hand.
So what? 10 grand, 20 grand?
He's going to make a good
2 million
50,
cash in
60
hand.
grand off it.
He's making 60k off
Yeah.
it, right? Okay, and he doesn't want his dad to find out. Why? Because why would his dad come mad about it?
He likes bossing him. You know what I mean?
He likes bossing him, and does he like the idea of him sort of like?
You don't want him spreading his wings.
Oh right, okay. So he doesn't want him. He doesn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was more you're carrying on the family name.
No, he's a bit bitter.
He's bitter.
Yeah, he's a bit bitter.
Does he know that Tyler's actually a good bricklayer, and he's sort of stunted his growth in terms of
He knows he's good, but he's one of them. He'll never be as good as his dad.
right?
So is he a bit bitter about it, maybe, that he is better than his dad?
He puts him down whenever he can. He's not as good as his dad.
Right, okay. Is his dad the one who's pushing over his walls? Motives, different people getting involved. At the moment, it could be his dad, and it could be who's his nemesis again?
Jimmy the shitter.
Jimmy.
But
Jimmy.
Jimmy's as good as him.
Jimmy's as good as
Jimmy's as good.
Brick for brick, mate.
Yeah.
right. Okay, and what about if Diana said this is a 2-man job? Who's he bringing on board?
Yeah, because he wants the best, doesn't he?
And before you know it, them two are working together.
Every time he puts one brick down, he picks it up and puts it on his side of the wall, and they just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Just keep moving it.
I just like the idea of two lads who hate each other building an house for Diana Ross. I think that in itself is a funny.
Yeah, but they appreciate each other's talent, though.
Yeah, like,
They're like, yeah, I don't like you, but you're a good bricklayer, so I'll have you. We'll build other sides of the house.
And they're like, as a building, they've got Smooth FM on, and obviously Diana Rossi's just coming out the radio. They're like, that's you.
Like, let's put our differences aside for the sake of music. You know?
Right, so okay. So it's a 60 grand job. Is it split between the both of them? It's split between Jimmy and Tyler or not?
60-40.
Yeah.
So they start on the project, right? Obviously seething with each other. Have they hired Rose to come and do the site clean, even though it's just like one Portaloo?
No, Rosie's lost. They're not there.
Oh, right.
She's in bits.
Oh, right. So she's still working on the old site.
Yeah.
Right.
She's just.
In toilets.
She's not watching
Crying
anyone
next to
peeing.
your rhino.
She goes in. She cleans it 5-6 times a day. She just keeps going up to Keith.
Ruth.
Your boy.
Yeah. And how's Keith? What's he told Keith anyway? Has he told Keith that he's going to this job, or has he been like, Dad, I'm taking a bit of time off? Is it?
Oh yeah, well obviously they'll have been back home, wouldn't they, at this point? And his dad's gone. Right, son, let's get in car. Let's get off to Cadishead. Let's get on site. And Tyler's gone. What's he said?
He can't come in.
Can't come in today, Dad. Oh, I'm not feeling well. Got shits.
For 8 months to a year.
No,
I
but
think
imagine,
Jimmy's giving me some sort of bug.
yeah. Imagine let's just like it's the first day that he's not turning into site with his dad, onto site with his dad.
Right, so let's say you're the dad then, and then you're you're Tyler in this situation. So you're both in the car.
Right, okay.
But
Bear with me. I will be Keith Ruth and you're Tyler Ruth.
I think it's a role you were born to play, this.
Right, okay, right. Doreen, where are my butties? They're not in fridge. I said they're not in the fridge.
They're on the bottom shelf, like I told you.
Oi, Tyler, stop playing with. Get finger out at Riggott. Come on. We're going in car now. We're getting in the Volkswagen. We're on to site. Okay. Got your flask?
No, I've not got it.
I made a flask for both of us. Coffee, black. I know you like it.
It's on the side.
Yeah. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Come
grab
on.
it now.
Well, why are you not in your gear? Why have you just got your undies on?
So I build.
I forgot to.
It's how I build.
I don't want anything between me and the brick.
Why have you just got your undies on?
I'm not coming in today. I'm not so good.
Since when?
Since now, I've just decided I'm not coming in.
What's up with you?
I just don't fancy it, Dad, anymore.
What, with me?
Anybody? Anybody? I'm done.
You're done?
I'm done. I'm fucking done, Dad, I'm telling you.
Well, I tell you what, son, if that's done... if that's
From Cadishead.
I tell this what, son, if that's done, there's gating out of this house, and that house that you're building outside, don't think for a fucking second me and the mum's moving into it. I know what there's trying to do, so you either get outside.
It's from fucking battling now.
I'll kick my can over again.
You absolutely.
I did that last week. I'm telling you, you either get in this car with me now, or that's not coming on site with me again, and you're getting out at thirst. All right, understand? When I come home, you best not be here.
Hey, Dad, I won't.
Oh,
Right,
I won't.
okay. So,
slam.
yeah,
Slam.
you're off to work. Yeah.
Dad, you forgot your flask.
I reckon we get another prompting, right? Okay.
Right.
Because I think we've got you've got your own mission here, right? But you yourself as a dad, your son's just walked out in the family business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Good man, it is. Danny DeVito appeared out of nowhere.
Right, okay.
Right, I like the idea.
He could be friends with.
Well, he's friends with Diana.
I reckon he is a friend of Diana Ross's and he's on the building site. So do you want to play Danny DeVito with?
Oh, yeah. What's he sound like? Is it?
I just got to make it
Just
up to you.
imagine him in Matilda.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, right. So
Okay.
Here we go.
Danny DeVito walks onto the building site, right? And let's say he's very impressed with what he's seen already constructed.
Right.
He's talking to Diana. He's
Yeah.
like, I want a piece.
Who's been Diana?
Well, it's got to be Harry.
Yeah, I'll. Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking hell. Right. Okay.
Hey, Diana.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this one.
These foundations look great.
Yeah.
This house is gonna be humongous. Bigger for me, because I'm so small.
Right. Okay. How does Diana Ross sound here?
That sounds nothing like Diana DeVito, so don't worry about it. Like,
Yeah, she goes, she says, she goes, okay, the plan is, I haven't got this. I've not got this, right.
You've got it. The plan is what?
The plan is that we're going to build once the foundation's in and they've done the bottom floor as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a veranda put in.
Is she not American?
Yeah, she's definitely American.
Not in Irish world, but there's a.
Right.
He's got a sweat on.
You won't pay sweat through with sweat.
Absolutely. He's so hot. He's so hot.
Oh my God.
Right. So, Diana Ross and Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So, Diana, who did this marvelous tradesmanship?
That would be Tyler and Jimmy.
Oh my God, have they seen me in Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Tyler,
Sorry, Danny.
have you seen Twins?
Yeah, it was all right.
Great movie, I know. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
mate.
you.
Yeah, it was good.
Who is responsible for this marvelous tradesmanship?
It's me.
No,
Oh,
me.
well, who is it? I only have space for one.
He does a bit. I do more.
I do more than thee.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Bog off, you.
Listen, I'm speaking with Danny. You go over there and sort out the cracks in them foundations, dipshit.
Diana,
Right.
let's go for a coffee. These guys can settle between themselves.
No, Danny, listen to me. Diana, I've been working on this site now for 2 months. I've put the foundations in with bare hands. He's been twiddling his thumbs most of the time. If you want anything doing, you speak to me. Okay?
Is this true, Tyler? I don't know why I'm so involved.
You want your house building or not, Danny?
Yeah,
Don't take piss out of us two.
I'm not. Who
He
can handle small-
makes the bruise. I lay the bricks.
Oh, well, it sounds like Tyler, whatever his name is. So,
He's Tyler.
Tyler, yeah, it sounds.
Danny, seriously, don't take piss.
Okay, Jimmy. Anybody specialized in small bricks? I want a house that looks like this, but a third of the size.
Small bricks or small pricks.
Do you want the job? Diana, you seem to have disappeared and left me in the lurch.
Danny, seriously though, don't take piss out of us both.
Yeah.
Right.
Jimmy.
I feel like You take a piss out of me and Tyler over here. And I'm trying to do you a favour, mate. I'm trying to do you a favour. I'm trying to give you a good price, mate.
What favour are you doing me, Jimmy?
You want to know his third at size? I'm giving it you our price of what Diana's is, but
What was the full price?
double my offer. Okay, so don't take piss. Do you want job or not? Do you want your house building or not?
Yeah, please, Jimmy. I don't know.
I love that you're not even pointed.
Yeah. His years have been a bricklayer, but his hands so much that he can't point.
Just hand out.
Pointing at,
Are you trying to cast a spell?
I'm pointing at Diana, actually.
I'm over here.
Right, Danny, I'll sort it. Okay? Just don't take piss. Right. Do you want in on this job or what?
Are we doing it or not?
60 me, 40 you.
No.
But you got 60-40 on Diana's.
As it should be. 60-40 or I'm not in.
Sod you.
I reckon
I know he's a good builder.
Keith.
Keith Ruth.
Yeah.
I ring Keith Ruth, his dad, because I want to get him 60-40 with me on this site.
Aren't you playing his dad?
I'm playing both Keith
He's multi-talented.
and his dad. Okay.
You couldn't even do Diana for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
So
mate,
I'm playing-
it's hard, Diana.
Right, so me as Jimmy rings Keith, Tyler's dad, because I want him to come on this site with me 60-40. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. All right. Is that Keith? That's speaking. It's me, Jimmy. Jimmy, you. Jimmy, offside. You're right, Jimmy, lad. How's it going? Yeah, not so bad, pal. How's legs? Yeah, they're all right. Could be better. Anyway, I've got a job here. Oh, are you for? I don't suppose you know Danny DeVito.
I was in Twins.
Yeah, he's on the phone with him. He's here.
I try and speak here, Danny. What have I said about taking piss, son?
So sorry.
You will be. Right, so do you want it? 60-40? I wouldn't mind a bit of that. Yeah, I'll come over now. Nice one, Jimmy. Nice one, Keith. Say there. Time passes. I reckon we can snap out. I reckon we can snap out of characters now.
Yeah.
I'm happy just sitting here watching you see me.
Right. Okay. So they go back home, and obviously Keith Ruth has took the contract.
They're all back at the family home.
They're all back at family home. Him, Doreen, his brother Matt, who's still sponging, by the way.
Yeah, just still in his room.
Matt's not a clue what's going on.
Pastor.
Matt's not left his bedroom.
No, he's not.
What does he do in his bedroom?
Xbox.
What, playing? Guitar Hero?
No.
That'd be cool.
Need for Speed Underground.
That is a good game.
Okay.
This is a good game.
Yeah, we keep
Xbox
forgetting.
360.
Maybe Matt has offered him controller number 2.
So I think maybe Tyler's a bit lost, a bit depressed. So he's sort of turning becoming a bit of a hermit. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He's not got a job.
He's like Matt himself.
Yeah, so
he's like his brother.
Yeah, and he's developing a bit of a relationship with Matt. Like, I understand what happened to you.
And then they're both living in the same room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Jimmy's moved.
35 and 44-year-old men.
Because Jimmy's moved into the other one because it's easier to get to site every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad's brought Jimmy home.
Right.
Said Doreen, meet your new son.
I reckon we go not final sentence, but one last prompt to sort of just accelerate it one more time, because it sounds like we've got an alliance between Matt and Tyler, and then there's obviously Jimmy and Keith who are together as well.
Yeah.
Doreen's just in the middle. Rosie is still nowhere. And
Still looking around.
she's still on
Crying
site.
while mopping up piss.
Lost, mate.
Yeah, she's just lost.
Just absolutely distraught.
Okay, so pick one last prompt.
If it's another actor, I'm celebrity.
I can't believe you picked 2 like that.
That's mad, isn't it?
They found a life-changing amount of money.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, okay. So I reckon, top of my head, Tyler's took Matt to the site of both Diana and DeVito. He said, there's money for to be had here. Goes into property, it's nearly built now, and there's this big duffel bag of money.
They take the money, say, on a Friday, right? It's discovered on the Monday. From Saturday, Friday night, since they've nicked the money, like, them lads they're off, you know what I mean? Like,
Where?
They've left the Northwest, mate.
They've left Cadishead?
Yeah, they're in Earlham.
No, they're being
Absolutely
no,
living it up.
You're being Worsley.
I
£2 million
reckon.
pound.
Remember, it's early noughties, so there's no social media or technology or anything like that
Yeah.
which could track you.
I reckon they nick the money Saturday morning. What's the name of that butcher's?
Birds whistles.
Birds Whistles. Go in there, right? Spend like 10 grand. right? Okay, just
Big barbecue.
Yeah, stocking up on meat supplies.
That's what they say. If you want to clean money, buy meat.
Yeah, but also taking so much meat with you that it's going to be like rotten by the time you actually you just end up in a stinking van travelling.
Well, that's how Matt likes it.
Rotten.
So it's going off that bacon. You go, no, I like it like that.
Perfect for me, that.
I like it like that.
Do you like it crispy? No, I like it furry.
No.
He's lived in his bedroom for like 44 years. He'll be tempted.
Oh, it stinks in here. Jimmy, this bacon's... No, that's all I like it.
That's what I like it.
Right, so I reckon they're on the run with this money, and
Are they in the van or have they got a different car?
I reckon a BMX.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
and-
BMX is
and
stump
he's-
pegs.
With
Yeah,
this,
he's giving Matt a backy.
backy on,
Right,
yeah.
Is Matt... what's Matt's frame?
He's a big lad. He sat eating Doritos for 44 years.
And it's the BMX has that little foam roller in between the handlebars, and his belly's like enveloped the writing on the other side. So nice detail that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
That's a great bit of detail.
Hey, wait, is he on back stump pegs or front ones?
I reckon.
Looking at him.
Yeah, I reckon he has to be on the back, not on the front for the weight distribution.
Well, and people
Yeah.
think he's got one of them cans that make it sound like, but it's just his belly. He's catching every time it goes.
Is it mudguard? Yeah. His belly's just flapping it mudguard.
And they've been pedaling all night, like all night.
That's why they've only got to hurl them.
Yeah. And I think Matt is like grateful that him and his brother have like forged this kind of friendship out of nothing again.
So Matt is on the front stump pegs. Is he facing Tyler or is he facing forwards?
I think he's facing Tyler.
So how are they sort of like directions wise?
Don't forget Need for Speed.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
He's a whiz on Need for
Yeah.
Speed, so he
Yeah.
knows the
Left, right, left.
Yeah.
He's holding like LED strip lights as they drive along, just to add that neon effect.
Just to look inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Don't catch us now.
Nos.
Playing
Yeah.
Ludacris on his BlackBerry.
Yeah, they're pedaling all night. They're at the end of Earlham as if you're going towards Manchester, right? Okay.
Right.
And they think if I take a right at the roundabout here, it's going to put me on the new road, which takes me all the way back to Cadishead. And I don't want to do that, so I'm going to carry on going straight. And I'm going to go past the big Marco, and then I'm eventually going to get to Trafford Centre.
Yeah.
And their plan is to get to the Trafford Centre, book a flight. Right? Instead of going to the airport, 'cause they don't think that way, they go to a travel agents and they book a flight.
With cash.
Yeah, with cash. And it's the flight is less than £1 million, which is convenient. Right?
As most flights are.
Yeah. And they book a flight to America,
LA.
LA, because that's the last place Diana Ross will look for him.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get out of LA, aren't they, DeVito and Diana Ross?
Yeah, that's a very good shout.
Yeah, they're trying to get out of there, so they'll never go back.
They're not going back.
Right. Okay.
So I reckon if we're building towards the idea of he just wants to go home, they get this flight right. I say this flight is now they're flying Monday morning, albeit they're only 6 miles away from Cadishead. It's pandemonium back there. There's like police helicopters. Diana Ross has got a private eye. She's got a helicopter trying to look for
Yeah,
this
I
man.
mean, Diana Ross and Danny DeVito are in the middle of a crime scene at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're both just stood with houses which haven't been built. Have the police took in Jimmy and Keith
yeah,
Ruth?
yeah.
That money they've stole was for the houses, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I think...
it's come to a stop.
Well, yeah, the building's come to a stop, and I'm just thinking, like,
yeah,
Jimmy and Keith are top suspects. Maybe they've been taken in for questioning.
Rosie's got a text off Tyler.
Can't read.
Meet me at the airport.
Meet me in LA.
Meet me in
I'll
LA.
fly you out. In the meantime, pin it on them two.
Right. And could she speak English all along or not?
No, he Google translates to.
Well, it's early noughties.
Oh, I think they probably had to.
No, he goes to the library. gets a book.
Gets a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a
Scribes
language.
his message out.
Or does it in like pictures?
Love heart, plane, me.
LA.
Bald eagle.
And they meet in LA.
They meet in LA.
So you've got Rosie, Matt, and Tyler all in LA.
She's still got a mop.
She's still got a mop.
Still got a mop,
Yeah.
She's still absolutely distraught. She's making up having light terrors of him going.
Yeah, just mopping up her tears.
Right. Okay. So are they making a life in LA then?
Yeah, I reckon. I reckon this is where Matt's kind of come out of his shell because he's like he's grew up on games and all that, and he's you know he was such a massive
Grand
fan
Theft Auto.
of Grand Theft Auto that he's like
He knows the way around LA.
and he's like fully adopted the American culture. And Tyler is just like this end Cadishead. You know?
Why? What's he missing? Are the bricks different?
He's ran out of meat from the butchers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
It's not the same, is it?
yeah. Some of it got lost at the airport.
Oh, on the carousel.
Yeah. They were like, it's a dead pig, mate. You can't fly it over.
But why?
Yeah, it's got wheels on it.
It's in my bag.
Yeah,
Put all the weight.
him and Rosa have had like I'd say an exciting few weeks. You know,
Pregnant.
yeah.
Rose is pregnant.
Yeah.
Still can't speak any
Still
English.
crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
It takes him ages to actually find out because she can't express that she's pregnant.
Yeah, what
in
language? What's her native language?
all
Nobody
of
knows
Eastern-
because she can't tell us.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what we're asking.
Right. Okay.
the only thing that you can get from Rosie is her love for Tyler.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that doesn't need a language.
Rosie's pregnant with Tyler's baby, or so we think.
Oh.
I just want to go home is the final line that we have to end
That's
on.
the first bit of English Rose ever says.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
Right.
really
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, I'm actually from Scunthorpe. And he's like, what?
Yeah, so maybe when Matt goes, Tyler, I need to tell you something.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So I reckon he goes,
Okay, so you'll be obviously Tyler.
Right.
yo, bro. Yo chica, el pregnante, papa of El Nino.
It's mine. Tell me it's mine.
Tell me it's mine.
So
Come on.
Is that what your jokes?
No.
No comprende.
Yeah, no comprende. I tell you, Holmes, me and Rosie? Yeah,
I'd like to think you know.
yeah, Rosetta. The night we steal the money, we cycle, and we picked
Where's
meat.
he from? This is going like Zorro.
He's getting more and more Spanish the more he talks.
Bro, the baby, he not yours.
It sounds like Puss in Boots, doesn't it?
Well, I like the idea. No, I like the idea. Sorry, of Matthew going. Yeah, do you remember when the night we got the money, and we was on the way to LA, and we was really all needing a wee, and we went to the toilets,
And you didn't need it.
and you didn't need it, and Rosie obviously came in because she
She likes that kind of thing, doesn't she?
It's like just walking in toilets with men are weird.
She just stands there outside the toilet, just
waiting.
Waiting.
Not even looking.
with a mop.
This poor woman.
I just like the idea of like having a massive like love interest in Tyler, but yet the moment he doesn't need a wee, and his brother needs one, he's like, she just really likes it. Doesn't she?
This is daft. This is.
Well, yeah, when that happened, obviously one thing led to another, and I put a baby in her, and I made her pregnant. Yeah, so the baby's mine. When it arrives, it'll be mine, Tyler. What do you think? What do you think Tyler would say?
He'll say, "Fuck this. I just want to go home."
There we go.
Oh my god! I didn't think we were going to get there. That was going everywhere.
Yeah, that
Mental that.
That was
I
funny.
think that's the most mental story so far. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's
the amount of voices within that and
Oh,
characters.
yeah.
You've got to. That was great, by the way.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fact it went from a building site to probably one of the most famous people in the world turning up in Cadishead on the edge of Salford, going, "I want to live here because of a butcher's," and then
how
It's
aggressive Jimmy was when trying to pitch a sale.
Don't take the piss.
Yeah, I'm not with the negotiation.
there's a lot of people to cast here.
What did you say?
There's a lot of people to cast in this. You've got to think of like who's your leads are.
Well, two are casted. Do a cast though.
Yeah, I suppose. Who's playing Diana Ross? Diana Ross.
We'll have a little break.
Yeah.
Have just a little drink, and then we'll cast it when we come back. Name of the film and a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Right. Okay.
We're back.
We're back. What a story.
What a ride.
Yeah. What we do after we've made these sort of stories, made these films, is we try and come up with a name for it, cast it, and a soundtrack. So I reckon what we do first is we try and come up with a name for this piece.
I'm thinking you want something that's like either punny.
Family Mortar.
Bricks and mortar.
Yeah, bricks, mortar, building, brothers, Diana Ross, DeVito.
Blood is thicker than mortar.
He smashed it.
There you go.
That is very good.
I've done it.
That was very good.
Blood is thicker than mortar. Is the name.
That's been.
Yeah, okay, right.
Blood is thicker than mortar. And
Can I say it? Edit him out saying it.
So have you got an idea for a film? The name for the film?
Yeah.
What is it?
So what's the name of the film, Andy?
I'm going to go with Blood is Thicker Than Mortar.
That was so original from you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll slip you that $5.
What soundtrack is going to go to this film? If it was like the trailer, what song would be playing in the background of it?
I'm going to go with Another Brick in the Wall.
By Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
I think it couldn't be any more apt.
Yeah, definitely.
Spot on.
And finally, we'll cast the people we want in this movie. So are we having DeVito and Diana Ross being played by themselves, or are we having them cast by you? No. They're playing themselves?
No.
Who's playing them?
So we've got Jason Momoa as Danny DeVito.
Right.
Nice. Solid shout.
No CGI involved though.
just an haircut.
Just
Just goes.
It's like twins, but roles reversed.
Right, so Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
and then who's playing Diana Ross?
Ali Berry.
Ali Berry,
Yeah.
right?
Ali Berry.
Okay.
I think she'd actually do a pretty good Diana Ross.
Yeah.
Especially
Did you
at
ever see Jamie Foxx in Ray?
No,
Yeah.
but I do.
Fantastic film that.
Yeah.
He was great in that.
Who is playing our main character? Who's Tyler?
Jack O'Connell. Yeah.
Jack O'Connell of Skins obviously would play that very well. But and his brother Matthew is played by
Vincent D'Onofrio, is it?
Yeah. What's
The lad from Full Metal Jacket.
But he looks like that.
he looks like that because he's been in his room for the majority.
He shaves his own head.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is actually very funny. He shaves his own head every day. Never actually.
Every day.
Yeah.
He's only got one white T-shirt as well.
It's yellow now.
It's yellow.
Who's
Tomato puree all over it.
Tomato puree as well. Eats it straight from the thing.
And who's playing Rosie, the love interest?
Joe Enright.
Joe Enright from Phoenix Nights, the one in Phoenix Nights who pretends to love Brian Potter / does love Brian Potter, but she's actually working. Is it for the IRS or like the tax?
Yeah, so it's for the benefits sort of checking his.
Yeah. Okay. And Jimmy, the nemesis.
Nicholas Lindhurst. When he plays Rodney Shot.
But he's the same age.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I like that.
Nicholas
Well, you
Lindhurst.
can cast him off any time, so it doesn't matter. Like,
Nicholas Lindhurst.
You want him to be like young Rodney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that is funny. I think that's everyone.
No, we got the mum.
And the dad.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And the
How
time
could we
manager.
forget Keith Ruth?
Keith Ruth.
Didn't you say you wanted him to be played by Steven Seagal?
I didn't say that.
Was it you? who
Yeah,
said-
it was me. Yeah,
Yeah.
Steven
Full
Seagal.
ponytail, Steven Seagal, yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
I thought you said front ponytail then.
Yeah.
Called the unicorn.
I want to see him on a building site in a gi.
doing a Lee accent.
Yeah.
Drilled a little hole in the back of his eye out for his...
Steven
It's
Seagal.
dangerous that no. It's just for the look. And the mum. So what was she called? Doreen.
Doreen is Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, that's
But
it.
like prime Michelle Pfeiffer when she was
Yeah.
like in Batman.
Yeah. That's what she dresses as Catwoman in the film.
yeah. So yeah, she just likes dressing like that.
Yeah.
Is that everyone?
I think that is everyone. So we got a title.
Site manager.
Site manager, yeah, a bit of a cameo maybe.
Yeah,
somebody.
it was Danny Sharp, I think the name of the site manager
Danny
was.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
who do you reckon's going to be playing Danny Sharp?
Danny Sharp. It's got to be some boring character on it.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood, right,
Wood,
yeah.
yeah.
I think that is everyone.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I reckon we wrap that up. I reckon we've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's one thing we definitely.
If you've listened to that and not laughed at us, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, if you've watched that and watched us all sweat.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Loved it, yeah. I've had fun.
Brilliant. Right, well, that was All Made Up with Andy Robinson.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for listening or watching.
It's